Uncle Larry here. I wrestled with whether or not to comment on the attack on Israel by Hamas on the weekend. Depending on when you're seeing this, I'm recording this on Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. My recent foray into these short video essays, I've now done 5 of them, has been to encourage, perhaps to inspire, to offer cautious advice, to avoid as best I can any direct reference to politics, and that is still my objective. As I wrestled with whether to comment on last weekend's violence, I took some time to reacquaint myself with the complex history of the region and to discover as much as I could about what went on in Israel on Saturday. And even after all that, I'm hardly an authority on the Middle East. Indeed, my perspective is just one among many. My educational background is in philosophy, a discipline whose aim is not to tell you what to think, but rather to provide inspiration on how to think. The rest is up to you. And if this preamble seems lengthy, it's because I want to put my point into the appropriate context. And there, I've done it. My point is this. No matter where you sit ideologically or politically, it's okay to say that the attack by Hamas on Israel was an act of terrorism. Saying so does not mean you're infected with some Western imperialistic virus, nor does it mean you can be dismissed as just someone with a bias towards Israel. These savage attacks, including the massacre of hundreds of people at a music festival, the slaying of innocent children and elderly citizens, the wanton assault and murder of young women, the taking of hostages to be used as human shields, and the latest threat by Hamas to publicly broadcast the execution of those hostages cannot be explained away, sanitized, or contextualized. There is talk these days about a power imbalance in the region in favor of Israel. Well, on the part of Hamas, there is what historian Ben Morris calls an intention imbalance. What does that intend? This terrorist organization simply wants to destroy Israel and is not interested in compromise. It appears to be motivated solely by a theocratic obsession with ridding the entire region of its Jews. This isn't even controversial. There's a reason why so many governments around the world have designated Hamas as a terrorist organization. As of this recording, there's a great deal of sympathy and political support for the innocent victims of these attacks. In the days ahead, this window will start closing as the war intensifies and people become more and more entrenched in their respective points of view. But whatever unfolds ahead of us, can we just stay in the moment and hold fast to this thought? That the murder, rape, and kidnapping of Israeli civilians, not combatants, just because they're Jews, is wrong. All hate is bad. Don't dignify terrorism as mere resistance, not this time. And it's okay to say that the attack by Hamas on Israel was an act of terrorism.